she's having sex with her husband and has an orgasm and winds up going into a series of mini strokes. Like the headaches went a step further, and she's now paralyzed. The entire left side of her body paralyzed from an orgasm.
That guy is right now the heavyweight world champion of the men.
We should send him a belt.
The guy, you won. The guy, you made a girl have a stroke,
but he
didn't paralyze her.
He didn't stop during any of these mini strokes.
Like you didn't ice cube her and put her to sleep. Like you gave her paralyzation.
In the back of his mind, he's like, I am
the man.
I am the best. Look at her.
I'll push your ass around until you're 90 in that wheelchair because I know.
I'm having shirts made up.
Right.
A championship belt.
She's never acted this way before.
I will literally F you to death.
After your legs off, that's what I did.
Yeah, nice, or at least one of them.
I feel a tingle.
Similar story. I love this viral because it's the internet and people love these stories. The poor dude at Pompeii, who
we didn't know his name,
who is as Mount Vesuvius is erupting, and fire and ash and lava and brimstone are raining down around him. He decides, you know what, world's coming to an end. Let me rub one out.
It's the scene in Mallrats when the plane's going to crash and everybody whips it out. But the thing is that at the scene in Mallrats, you don't know if the plane crashed or the plane went back to normal. Here, he got fried by ash in Pompeii.
Yeah, so he was immediately entombed in lava, forever stuck in that position.
Well, at least his parents aren't alive to see it today.
Well, but his great, whatever great.
Oh, Johnny!
Are you sure that's what he was doing? Maybe he was trying to lure his dog over with a carrot, or maybe he was trying to slice salami or something. I'm not sure.
No, I'm going with he was wanking.
I tried, guy.
All right, back on normal topics here. What's your take on?
I don't want.
Yeah. So, what's this whole Illinois thing? They're talking about banning geolocation tracking without consent.
Right.
Now, what are they talking about? Like when you're at a mall and they track you via Bluetooth? Are they talking about via your GPS, via Google Maps? What?
All of the above. So, I mean, it's essentially, basically you have to, because a lot of places enable stuff in the background.
Right.
And so their whole thing is you have to, if this goes through, explicitly opt in to have your location be made available to third-party applications, et cetera, et cetera.
But, I mean, it says that there's exceptions for missing kids, right, obviously, or emergency responders. And like breaking the laws, like Consumer Fraud and Deceptive Business Practice Act.
Wow.
Yeah, like I guess Apple got hit with a class action lawsuit for his iPhones to track users and send it to Apple and give it then to third parties.
Well, yeah, and I mean everybody was kind of tweaking. I think it was last week with Snapchat. Has their location services on, and so you can, if you don't turn yourself on in ghost mode in Snapchat, people can see wherever you are.
I love that feature.
Which actually led to some really funny screen captures because one dude's boat went down and it showed him on Snapchat like a mile off the coast. And people were like, "Hey, dude, like, are you all right? Is everything okay?" And he took a snap of him floating in the water with his life jacket on.
Jesus.
And he was like, having a few issues, and that led to like his friends calling the Coast Guard and be like, "Hey, here," and they actually used the Snapchat screenshot to go find him.
Wow. What about last week though, when we talked about when you type up that easy URL from Google Maps and it shows your GPS driving
everywhere
history.
you have ever been ever. Yes,
so now it doesn't work.
I purged the crap out of mine.
But I think companies will just bury some shit in their terms and conditions that you click accept on as you launch the app, and that's explicit consent.
Because everybody, because everybody scrolls and nobody reads, and it's.
That's exactly.
So is this basically bullshit? Is this law bullshit? Because I accept the user agreement and it's 25 pages long.
They'll at least be able to say that they tried.
Well, and that's how they get a lot of the traffic updates is that it tracks who's using their cell phone at different points, and that's how you know where the traffic congestion is.
Dude, Waze wants it whether or not you're using the app. It's like,
absolutely.
I'm like,
So this interesting article came out about how Google rigs search and hurts customers, and when they switched over to shopping, they killed Google product search, right, which was just natural looking for products. Now, basically, what they're doing is, they didn't display the lowest price items. Apparently, they displayed whoever advertised the top search results, so you could manipulate it
Well, but that's no different than search. You can buy the top positions in Google search.
Not from Google, though, right? You're basically using
with Google.
complex SEO stuff.
No, with Google search, you can buy those top 3 positions.
Yes, known as the golden triangle.
Yeah.
The top 3.
Right. So their algorithms purposely didn't do lowest price as a key factor in search ranking.
Well, but I mean, if you look, I guess I'm kind of torn about that. I mean, like with Amazon, like Amazon's initial sort is by relevance when you search on stuff, and then you can change the sort to be by price low to high.
Well, again, though, this is we go back to that argument we had last week too.
What does Google owe you?
It's Google. You're right. You're talking ethics for a private company. They don't owe you.
If you're not
Squat.
paying for the product, you are the product.
Exactly.
Oh, Randy drops a bomb. Mic drop. Get out. No.
Hey, you don't really have it down. But hey, speaking of ethics, one of our favorite topics. So there's a new lawsuit a brewing where strippers in the Metro Detroit area are not happy.
Why aren't they happy, Dave?
Because apparently there's unfair business practices going on in strip clubs, and so now there's a class action lawsuit brewing against Penthouse and a couple others because of like fees and penalties and whatever else going on. And I'm kind of interested to see it because apparently Deja Vu got slapped with this a while ago, and I've always loved Deja Vu's ads, like with their signs outside their clubs. It's like 99 hot girls and 3 ugly ones.
And every time I go, the 3 ugly ones are working.
Exactly. Yeah. But no, so I mean, I'm kind of curious to see how this goes because I mean, I didn't even really understand how a lot of that worked. It's not like a girl shows up and like pays like just a flat fee to be a dancer. Like there's a whole bunch of crap that goes along with that, and they're basically saying it's almost like the old mining towns where like they had the company store and the company this and the company that, and you had to buy everything from them, and basically no matter how much you worked, you always wound up owing them money. So it's kind of interesting. I'm curious to see how it goes.
What you can do to the clubs to voice your displeasure? You can send them a jart, which is the newest in our long line of things we're tracking.
Yes.
The glitter bombs and the bag of dicks and the box of elephant poo.
Yep.
Now, the reason why this caught my eye is you can send people a jar for $10. You can laugh for hours and it stinks for days. And you can order your fart in a jar in 3 wonderful flavors. The scents are 8-Hour Trucker, Hungover Frat Boy, and World of Warcrafter, which is
Dude must be a badass.
I want to.
How do you kill that which has no life?
But for $10, we've been talking about these things for years.
We need to just come up with a list and work our way through them and see which one has the best effect.
Not just that, we need to start setting them to our list
Our
of
nemesis.
people that hate us. No, anyone that we hear, I hate those guys, they're going to get a jart, or they're going to get the box of nothing.
That's what I said. We need to work our way through and and evaluate their reaction and see which one gets the best reaction. And
your own social experiment.
exactly.
Right. And too bad we
Makes
can't have
perfect sense.
like a YouTube unboxing.
Could we like hide like an IP cam inside the box?
Hey, it comes with a free phone charger that has a cam built in.
Plug this in first.
Yeah, plug this in.
Speaking of things that smell like crap, how was your July 4th, everyone?
I have all my fingers and toes.
All your fingers and toes?
Yeah.
Great. Now, did you maybe scare any birds or try to remove some bees from your house?
No, actually, I did not.
You did not?
I did not.
But there was a very intelligent gentleman from Grand Blanc, which is just south of Flint, Michigan.
Yes, it is.
Who decided he was going to try to remove some bees with some fireworks.
There was a bee's nest.
Yeah, it
and
happens.
he knows bees hate smoke.
Bees do.
And so he apparently had Roman candles and smoke bombs.
Sounds good so far.
It sounds perfectly logical. And so he launched them at his house because that's where the bee's nest was.
I love the picture of him and his wife standing there to the burning rubble of
Yes.
the garage.
Yeah. So he burnt his garage to the ground.
Right.
Hey, at least the damn bees are gone.
Actually, I think the irony of that is the bees probably just moved 6 feet to the left and are now on his house.
Well, that's like the old cartoons. Like then the bees would like one of them stings him in the ass at the end, and
Right.
the end, and he gets all mad.
Boss mode, though, is smoking ribs in the ruins of your smoldering garage. That is boss mode.
The neighborhood, all the neighbors came over, was made s'mores.
I do feel the need to say that bees are our friends and wasps are assholes.
Oh.
So it was probably a wasp nest.
They do suck.
Yeah.
They do.
We need bees.
Yeah.
Public service.
Fine. Thank you, Rick.
TechCrunch loves TechCrunch had a really nice article. I don't know if you guys saw it. I know I shot it off kind of late about how great and how big the startup scene in Detroit is now. And it's kind of nice to see Detroit getting some love from a place like TechCrunch. It just talks about how Detroit has 50% more venture capital backed startup companies than there were 3 years ago, and just so much more going on in the city. And we've talked about this a billion times, and we know it, and we've talked about it with our guests. But it's nice to see some place that gets a lot of national readers and even some global attention call out that Detroit's the place to be for a startup. And it talks about the things that we always talk about, how it's so much cheaper and the talent's here and it's easier to find space and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of yay.
I was reading some of the comments, and basically it says when Duo exits, then it's going to be legit. I think that's like the barrier, or when saying like some of these bigger companies that have built up that have national presences now. When they start either exiting or getting bought by the Ciscos, because right now that's not happening. You're seeing incubation.
Yes.
You're not seeing exits.
Well, but if you think about it though, realistically, the tech startup scene isn't that old here. It's not that mature. So to be 3 years in to that cycle, maybe 4. That's not unheard of.
Well, and the thing is,
it's not like Silicon Valley was churning out multi-billion-dollar companies in their first 5 years.
No, but also the days of when we mocked all the bathroom line apps getting 2 million rounds. Those days are done. There's actually legit. The startup scene's actually pretty damn legit with everybody and everything that's going on in this.
Absolutely.
Town.
You got to prove an ROI, and these guys here are less funded than the ones in Silicon Valley, so it's taking them a little longer to get acquired, I think. But it's definitely happening.
Sure.
One final thing I'd like to mention this week, very important, July 12th. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in the FCC.
I feel like there should be I should have prepared some sort of theme music for this story. Some sort of dramatic battle, rising ride of the Valkyries in the background, something.
Superhero music or something. But the FCC wants to do some really effed up shit to the internet and basically eliminate the consumer protections for net neutrality.
Yep.
Rolling back all the stuff that Tom Wheeler did so courageously. On July 12th, which is Wednesday of this week, basically every major internet company, including Netflix and Amazon and Pornhub and OkCupid and Airbnb and Atlassian and a bunch of other really cool folks are going to basically speak out in basically as a protest for what the FCC is trying to do. So you'll see that this week when you're browsing the internet on Wednesday, pretty much everywhere you're going to go. So
well, you can go sign up at what? It's Battle for the Net?
battleforthenet.com/July12. And write your congressman to do something. We can't just watch our internet freedoms die.
I did sign up IT and the D to push the word, so I'm waiting to hear back.
Nice.
So. Well, we just did.
Yeah.
And it's Wednesday, so they don't have much time to get back.
That's fine. That's fine.
So check.
So, hey, we are going to take a quick break. We're going to be back with Bob Skinner talking all things marketing. This is the IT and the D Show.
And we'll be right back.
IT in the D. Read, meet, listen. Networking Detroit, one beer at a time.
Hey, this is John Schneider from Nip Tuck Smallville, the haves and the have-nots. Oh, Dr. Quinn, Hot in Cleveland, Secret Life of the American Teenager, and just about everything you can possibly imagine. And oh yeah, the Dukes of Hazzard. You're listening to Bob and Dave. It's the IT in the D show.
ITinthed.com.
Welcome back, segment 2, episode 204. This is the IT in the D Show, broadcasting live here in Studio One, Podcast Detroit in beautiful Royal Oak, Michigan. This is Bob the Sales Guy, Dave the Geek.
Bringing up all the stories Bob thought we were going to skip this week.
Which I hoped we were going to skip. Nary the FNG's in the house.
Cringing at all the stories that Dave was bringing up that Bob wanted to skip.
Don't forget, Randy, I do the Twitter's Walker, is in the house tonight. Find us online, ITinthed.com. Subscribe to us on everything social and everywhere fine podcasts are sold.
Hey, so like light waves, Wi-Fi waves don't go through walls very well. That's reality. Imagine asking a light bulb in your living room to light your master bedroom. The single router model just doesn't work for our increasingly high bandwidth world. What you need is a distributed system, but that can cost considerable effort and money. Thankfully, whatever your Wi-Fi needs, Eero has the power to seamlessly blanket your home in a fast, reliable Wi-Fi network in just a few minutes. Simply download the Eero app on your iOS or Android devices, and it'll walk you through each step of the setup process. You can manage your network right from the palm of your hand. Better yet, Eero updates automatically, so you not only have the latest features, but also the latest security at all times. And thanks to Eero's incredible customer support, you can call and get a hold of a Wi-Fi expert within 30 seconds. I just went through this at my house. I got three Eero devices, set them up. The wireless saturation at my house